What's good, YouTube? Welcome to the Ballers Club. It's your boy BallOrFallBird, the one and only Mr. Ballafall, the one and only Mr. Do It All, the one and only Mr. Everything Under the Sun will get done because your boy is best beyond. Listen, man, I got a topic that we finna go ahead and get straight into today, and the topic of today is why not today? And I'm making this video number one because we've been speaking a little bit about procrastination, honestly, a lot about procrastination here over the last few weeks here on the channel as a family. And I know I've even made, 3 specific videos speaking specifically about procrastination. So this kind of falls into that realm, but it's different in its own sense. So we're finna go ahead and get straight into why not today. So over the past, few weeks, honestly, and just even past situations in my life, I think about the fact of why didn't I start it on the day that I thought about it? Why didn't I start something on the day that I really felt, called to do something? And I think about this as something for all of us, man. Like, a lot of times we may wait on what we feel like is the perfect moment. We wait on the start of the week, whether that's a Monday or Sunday for you. We wait on the start of the month. We wait on a specific date. We got OCD. I know I got bad OCD. I may say, I don't want to start until July 7th because that's the 7th month of the year and that's the 7th date of, that month. Things like that. A lot of us may say we don't want to start something until next year comes around for January 1st because that's our New Year's resolution. And I think about all these things, and I just really wanted to make this video because a lot of times, like I've spoken on before, we will prolong the things that we can really have. We'll prolong the things that we can learn about something. We'll prolong just the overall experience just because we're trying to wait on a perfect moment. And this is something that really hits home for me because, obviously all the reading that I do, all of the videos that I watch, all the podcasts that I listen to, so on and so forth, even, just having talks with, certain high individuals. And, they always tell you there's never going to be a perfect time, but yet here we are really still trying to wait on what we feel like is a perfect time. Oh, next Monday will be the perfect time. Next Sunday will be the perfect time. Next month, the first of the month will be a perfect time. The first of the year, New Year's resolution, that'll be my time. And a lot of times we think about these things, and a lot of times, we go through these cycles of telling ourselves that there's a perfect time, that, I don't have everything that I need right now and in this moment. I don't possess everything that I may want to possess. I'm trying to start a YouTube channel and I don't have all the right equipment. I'm trying to become a D1 athlete and I don't have, the best cleats in the game. Whatever the case may be, we think about all these things. And a lot of times I think about within this specific conversation, why not start today? A lot of the reasons why we may not start today and why I know we don't start today is because of those second, third, fourth, and fifth, thoughts, and it's something that I've kind of been, debunking when I read this book right here. Don't believe everything you think. Why your thinking is the beginning and ending of suffering. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because, a lot of times our first initial thought is the thought of pure creativity. It's the thought of pure, I want this and, I can have that. And what they say, if the mind conceives it, if the mind can think of it, then you can have it. And within that book, it talks about, how we have these first initial thoughts, and then it's not until the former thoughts, it's not until the, the subsequent thoughts that we have that start to push us away from our goal. Like, if you a guy, you may have seen a girl and the first initial thought in your head is, she looks good, I want her. And it's not until you get those second, third, fourth, and fifth thoughts that's telling you, oh no, she may want an expensive, a guy that's willing to spend expensive kind of money. Oh nah, she may be too pretty for me. Like, whatever the case may be, whatever, goes into your head. If you're thinking about, I want to go become a professional athlete. I want to do this. But dang, like, all this hard work, or dang, I might not go to the college that I want, or dang, I might not even go D1. Like, whatever the case may be, if you're a girl, you may think, hey, I want to start my singing or my music career. Oh, but what if all these people don't like my singing? What if all these people don't like this or don't like that? And the reason why I speak about this is because all these things are just thoughts that we'll have a lot of times that will keep us from starting today. So just in that sense, we have to start, in my opinion, we have to start doing what it is that needs to be done to either just straight up act on that first thought. Don't be impulsive, like, have these thoughts, but then either try to reformulate your mind to present you with better subsequent thoughts. So, I think I want to be an NFL athlete. Okay, how do I go find the best trainer? How do I go find the best cleats? How do I go find the best school? How do I get into this school? Instead of telling myself all these negative thoughts. And that's why I always tell us, we got to really be attentive to the negative things that our mind will tell us, because our mind, in a sense, like I've said in other videos, wants to keep us safe. It wants to help us avoid heartbreak. It wants to help us avoid, disappointments, and all these things. So even when we say, why not today? The reason why a lot of us may feel like we don't want to start today is because we don't have everything in order. Okay, I want to start my YouTube channel. I want to have all my equipment. When somebody like me, in my case, man, I've been recording every single video from my phone. I've been just doing everything because I told myself, you know what? This is the date that I said I was going to do it. And even when that date came, I did not have everything that I wanted to have. When that date came, when April 1st, 2025 came, I didn't even have everything that I wanted to have. I didn't have the setup. I didn't have the camera, the Nikon camera that I wanted. So I think about all these things, and I just think about where I would be at today had I not started this YouTube channel, a month ago. So I just say all these things, and I think about all these things because a lot of times we will forget the importance of learning along the journey. We will forget. It's like we want to skip the whole journey, and we can't continue to do that. We cannot continue to want to skip the whole journey because something is going to be sacrificed. And what I mean by that is, okay, if we want this perfect YouTube setup, we got to sacrifice maybe a lot of money, all of my, savings to start this YouTube channel. If I want to, become a NFL athlete, maybe I got to sacrifice all my money so I can go buy all of, the weights and the cleats and the sleds and all these things that I need so that I can become the athlete that I want. Whatever it is, we're going to sacrifice something. So we're either going to sacrifice time or we're going to sacrifice money. And one thing about it, we don't get our time back. And that's really why I want to harp on the fact of why not today, because that 7 days that you let go past because you wanted to wait until next Monday to get started on something, those 7 days were 7 days that you could have been learning, 7 days that you could have been going through the experience, 7 days that you could have been feeling whatever it is that you needed to feel, so that now that you're on the 7th day, you're better than you were on day one. And the reason why I think about all this this whole topic, I'm gonna give y'all a quick example right quick. I'm a person that has severe OCD. I may want to start on January 1st. I may want to start on the 1st of the quarter. I love the number 7. I may want to wait until July 7th because that's 7/7. And I'm starting to get out of that. I'm really forcing myself to get out of that. And the most recent example that I can give is I've been learning day trading here recently. And I bought a course on April 23rd. That same day I started. I believe April 23rd was a Wednesday. And that same day I started on the course because I said, well, I just bought this course. This course is $60 a month. Every day that I'm not on this thing learning, every day that I'm not actively partaking in this course to learn something is days that I'm wasting money. I spent this course is $60 a month. And it's more than just a course, but I'm just, saying course for just the general terms. And this course is $60 a month. Every day that I waste not getting up to that, that's a whole, 5-6 days that I don't let go by that I'm just letting my money go to waste. Even if it is, $3 a day, $4 a day, whatever the case may be, it's still wasted money. And we don't want to waste time and we don't want to waste money. So I started learning. I dove right into it on April 23rd. Dove right into it. And the reason why I dove right into it, just topping off of one of my former videos of why we don't, and I'll link it somewhere around here, but why we don't start now, or why, I forget the exact topic that I was talking about in that video, but I spoke about how, we wait around sometimes, and it might just be the procrastination video, so just to continue on with the example. I started learning everything about day trading on April 23rd. Tomorrow will be May 7th, so it'll be exactly 2 weeks from last Wednesday. I mean, from that Wednesday that I started learning about day trading. And when I tell you I have learned so much in these 2 weeks, just imagine had I said I was gonna wait until May 1st to start. I was gonna let a whole 8 days go by. For what? So the reason why I say this is because, bro, we can learn so much. We can do so much. We can experience so much. Even if it is just 10 minutes, even if it is just 15 minutes, even if it is just 30 minutes a day. Me personally, I like to say, take an hour out today. But if you can't, if an hour is too long for you right now, all of us got TikTok mindsets. All of us, TikTok is attention spans. We can't focus on something for longer than 2-3 minutes. So I just say that because maybe you do got to focus on 15 minutes or 30 minutes, or, it may have to be spurts of 15 minutes throughout the day, whatever the case may be. But I just think about, just the overall sense of, if I learn something today and then put a genuine effort towards learning something about that every single day moving forward, just imagine where I'll be in a month's time. Think about it. I've spent a total of at least 1 hour every day. So let's just take the example of 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day. I'm already at 14 hours tomorrow. Tomorrow will be my 14th hour. If just speaking in general terms of taking an hour a day. Tomorrow will be my 14th hour. I'll have 14 hours of knowledge over the next person who said, okay, well, I'm going to start May 1st, and then tomorrow they'll only have 6 hours. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I put it in terms of numbers, does that help us make sense? That helps us make sense. Put my favorite number in the chat. Y'all know my favorite number is number 7. Put number 7 in the comments if that makes sense. We may say, okay, today is the 20th. It's 31 days in a month, so I got 11 days to focus on something. If I take an hour each day, that's 11 total hours that I'll have, versus if I wait from now until the first of the month, then that first of the month I'll be starting at number 1. Why are we waiting around? Why are we, not putting some kind of effort towards the things that we can be learning and the things that we can be experiencing? And like I said, I just really want to harp on the fact that, we have to start today or start tomorrow. Start first thing in the morning. But start finding ways to make it fun. You know what? If I know that I want to learn this trade, I may look up funny videos about this trade. That funny video may make me, make my, thought process, spark. Dang, I wonder why that even happened in the first place. Why did that person fall? Why did that person slip up? Why did that person, whatever the case may be. And then now I'm deep diving into learning about something. Even if it's just fun learning, it's still, we learned something. Because I guarantee, think about all the things that you've learned unintentionally just today alone. Oh, I didn't even know they made that car in red. Now I know they make that car in red. Oh, I didn't even know they made that kind of car. They made that kind of truck. I didn't know that brand had those kind of shoes. You learn something every day. You learn something unintentionally all the time. So why not start putting effort, and why not start putting, our full effort into learning the things that we really, want to have out of life? If I know that I want to become a doctor, why not start studying, something small every day? I can study every single limb of the body. Just imagine if I studied my hands today. I learned all the ins and outs about my hand today. Then I studied a little bit tomorrow, but then tomorrow I said, okay, I'm going to learn all about my forearms. By the end of the week, I know my whole top half. So I just think about these things. I just say these things because we waste so much time. We prolong the things that we really want to get to. And like I said, I'm talking to myself at the same time. We waste so much time whenever we go through these situations and we don't take full advantage, because like I said, we'll never get our time back. We say, oh, I'm going to wait on the perfect moment. The perfect moment may never come. I got partners, I got, old teammates that have passed away. Just imagine if they was waiting on their perfect moment and their perfect moment never came. So I'm not, I just say all that to say, man, like, we got to start today. Turn our one day win, I have something, to a one day win, W. So what do I mean by that? Turn today. Today is what? May 6th. Turn today and get your little wins out of today that will help you win your later down the road. If I can get 5 wins today that make up one big old win for the week, that's way better if I got 5 wins today as opposed to if I got 1 win today, 1 win Tuesday, 1 win Wednesday, 1 win Thursday, and 1 win Friday. Now, obviously a win is a win, but what I'm just saying is think about how much longer that win took than this win. And like I said, one thing I do want to harp on, it's not a sprint, it is a marathon. But I just say all these things to say that we can experience and get the things and possibly achieve the things that we want out of life if we just start taking one step forward every day. If I can stack 100 pennies faster than you can find $1, if I continue to stack those 1,000 pennies faster than you can find $1 on the ground, just imagine how much money I'll have versus how much money you'll have. Like I said, I'm always put things in the numbers, man. So I just say all of that. I don't think that this video even really requires any cuts. But like I said, man, if you're still up here until this point, put my favorite number twice in the comments. Do 7-7 if you're still here up to this point, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all for coming to the Ballers Club meeting today. This is a topic that we'll jump, back into. I do want to revisit this topic, sooner than later. But nonetheless, like I said, why not today, man? Why not go ahead and start today? Hey man, it's your boy BallOrFallBird, the one and only Mr. BallOrFall, the one and only Mr. Do It All, the one and only Mr. Everything Under the Sun will get done because your boy is best beyond, man. And I'll see you in the next video.